everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Dalton's Bengals going up against Trevor Siemian's Broncos. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and you know, now more than ever, it's a passing league. We know that, and as Larry hit onto the open, we've got a couple of great passers squaring off here this afternoon.
And usually the discussion centers in on how they're going to compete against the opposite defense. But you and I had a nice little chat with one of these guys in this game, and they did say, look, I'm always competing against the opposite quarterback. If I play better than he does, I think my team has an advantage.
Makes the handshake afterwards a little sweeter, too. Here's Randy Bullock now to put toe to leather, and off we go from Sports Authority Field. Cody Latimer now on the return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their third-year QB out of Northwestern, Trevor Siemian.
What a ride he's been on these last few years. I remember seeing him in high school before he went to Northwestern. Didn't get on the field all that much there, and then got to Denver as a 7th-round pick and ended up starting the season opener in 2016 for the defending Super Bowl champs.
First and 10, Siemian over the middle this time to Fowler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
Often overlooked and almost always underrated, C.J. Anderson has an impact on games that he plays. Very strong up top, has really good balance as well. I've seen him bounce off of tacklers, stay on his feet, and continue to churn out additional gains. Also pretty effective in the passing game as well.
On second down, Anderson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back, away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
Has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Adam Jones. Jones on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And remember, he was a day-1 starter his rookie year, and that was the year of the lockout, so he didn't even get the OTAs and minicamp that led into it. Led his team to the playoffs that year, led his team to the playoffs his first 5 years in the league before a 6-9-1 record in 2016.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. If they want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Everyone's looking for a bargain in the NFL draft, and I don't think anyone got a bigger one than Cincinnati getting Joe Mixon in the 2nd round.
He keeps moving east. He was born in California, then to Oklahoma, and now finding a home in the Queen City.
And I don't think it'll take him too terribly long to have a real impact on that city in terms of how he plays the game, because he can run it, catch it, he can do it all.
First and 10 for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Charles, want to make a quick pivot and get your thoughts on the running back injuries from last week in the NFL. Gosh, we had Dalvin Cook, Chris Carson, Ty Montgomery as well go down.
You hate to see injuries with anyone, but if we're going to keep it to the running backs, how about Dalvin Cook and Chris Carson, both rookies, who had taken over as the lead running backs for their respective teams, Minnesota and Seattle. You hate to see them gone. Ty Montgomery transitioned to become a running back last year. He's the lead guy for Green Bay. Rib injury, they say it's not as serious as suspected, but still, a rib injuries for a running back, that's tough to deal with.
Yeah, and really tough for Dalvin Cook with a torn ACL done for the season.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. To throw here, Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. And now a 1st down following that long gain. This will be Dalton again. Green's got it over the middle. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first.
You think about the great tandems that we've had this decade in the NFL. Think about Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Big Ben, Antonio Brown, Brady, and Gronk. But look, Andy Dalton and A.J. Green, they have to rank in there, don't they?
Yeah, and two guys that came from the same draft class.
A.J. Green in the first round, Andy Dalton in the second round. And what they've meant to the Cincinnati Bengals franchise has been everything. A lot of playoff appearances.
Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on to Orlando, we hook back up with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Broncos and the Bengals haven't had a reliable run game so far. The push up front has not been there, and you have to give credit to both defenses on that front. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Bengals take it early in the second. LaFell's got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll end up at the 45-yard line before being tackled. Bengals still on the field. He'll head outside to the right on the run, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead.
Okay, Larry, back here, 7-0 our score as we ready ourselves for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. Mixon hit, and oh, the ball is out. It's picked up by the Broncos. There he goes left side. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Again, it's Mixon. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on third down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
First down carry, it's Hill. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. So now Dalton. And Eifert has it. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Mixon. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And the Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so. But this one's not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They'll look to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. He's back to throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Desperation time for Simeon on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to win this football game. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
That almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.